Welcome to Halftime Report, and joining us on the show now is Mr. Atul Chaturvedi. He's Executive Chairman at Sri Renuka Sugars. Mr. Chaturvedi, hi, thank you so much for joining us. And festivities is all we're talking about right now. And within that, sugar clearly is the king of it all when it comes to commodities. What is the kind of demand that we're looking at for this quarter? And is it cyclical, would you say, that as do all other commodities see a pickup in demand, does sugar look at that too?
First and foremost, let me wish you and your viewers a very happy Diwali in advance.
Thank you. To you too.
Coming to your question, we see a lot of traction as far as demand for sugar is concerned, and our take is that this Diwali will be very, very sweet for the Indian consumers. In fact, earlier we used to pencil anything between 26.5 to 27 million tons of consumption on an annualized basis, but this time around we are penciling in about 27.5 million tons. So there's a definite pickup in demand as far as sugar is concerned.
And is this an all-time high number, 27.5, or has India done that before?
No, I would say this is an all-time high. And the other thing with sugar is that sugar, by and large, from the Indian perspective, is inflation-proof. All the commodities went through the roof, but sugar price, as far as India is concerned, remained where they were about a year back. So there's been practically no influence of inflation as far as sugar is concerned.
But the cost of production clearly would have gone up. So how do you look at the cost of production vis-a-vis the selling price of sugar right now?
So earlier, the trouble with the sugar sector was that they were saddled with sugar stocks for the full year. They would crush for about 4 or 5 months and then carry the stocks. But no longer now, with the diversion, big time diversion to ethanol. So the stock levels as far as factories are concerned has come off quite a bit. So it's a much more manageable stock level, which means that the interest has also come off a bit. So I think the big game changer as far as the sugar sector in our country is concerned is the ethanol play. And I would go to the extent of saying that sugar is no longer a sugar sector, it's energy sector.
All right, we get that. Yes, and the reports do suggest that 12% blending is what the industry is looking at in the season here. But the other big question that the sugar as an industry is looking out for is the export numbers. I mean, that notification just doesn't come. While, of course, we've been talking about it for some time. And what we also hear is that as has been the demand, it may not come via an OGL. And the first tranche perhaps could be 5 to 6 million tons. What are you hearing, and is it coming before Diwali?
No, what we are hearing is exactly what you are also hearing. But as an industry, we thought OGL would be a much better option for the simple reason that there's no reason for the government or the policymakers to actually be worried on sugar front. If you look at our numbers, Indian sugar, sucrose production this year is likely to be close to about 41 million tons. And even if you divert 27.5 million tons towards domestic consumption, you are still saddled with a lot of sugar. So assuming 4.5 million ton goes for ethanol, which again is a big question mark, because if they do not jack up the ethanol prices, the diversion to ethanol may not be all that great. It might stick around at the last year's level.
And when are those prices expected? When is ethanol pricing coming in?
So that is $1 million question. In fact, we were anticipating and we were expecting it to come off now, because now the next demand will start coming in from 1st of November. So they will necessarily have to increase the price, and they will have to reasonably compensate the industry because the FRP has actually gone up. So our take is that this incentive, they will definitely come up with a new price, and that should come in shortly, maybe along with the export quota announcement for sugar.
Okay.
Possibly, yeah.